I don't say it when I'm around people that I think are going to be offended.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go over someone's house and I meet their parents and they're older folks, and I go, hey, what the fuck's going on, Bob? Like, I don't do that.
Yeah, then you're an
How are you,
asshole.
sir?
Right,
Nice to
right,
meet you.
right.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I just didn't. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to name check.
It's
them, but
okay.
I did an interview a little while ago, and they sent me a list of words I wasn't allowed to say, and it was fucking hilarious.
Well, what was that list that they gave of problematic new words,
Oh,
new
yes.
phrases?
I put that out there.
Yes.
It was like...
What?
Where was that?
Was
It
a
was from
university?
Stanford University.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Let's pull up the
Wait,
list.
is that the one that said the French? Was
No,
that,
no, that was the AP. That was also
okay.
great.
Did you
That
see
was-
that? The AP
Yes.
put
Yeah.
out, like, you know, their style guide or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, don't put the in front of a group. It could be
Yes.
offensive.
It's othering.
And it's othering.
Yeah.
And one of their
It was like-
examples was
people with disabilities, the French.
Yeah.
I was like, well, and it said refer to them as people with, so I was like people suffering from Frenchness.
Yes. Oh my god.
That is an affliction. That is an affliction.
Oh my god. University
Yes,
language
this is it.
guide.
I love the
Grandfather,
French.
housekeeping, spirit animal are problematic words.
spirit animal.
Spirit animal is a problematic word.
Oh man,
I thought that was just for funsies.
Grandfather?
I thought that spirit
Ninja.
animal was just a listen, ninja is something you can't take from us. Okay.
Wait.
I, from the martial arts community, you are not allowed to say that ninja is a pejorative, because ninja is something that we'll talk about a guy who's a jiu-jitsu expert and like, dude, that motherfucker's a ninja.
It's a
Like,
compliment.
That's a
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, listen,
Yeah.
I agree with you. But the one that I just can't even understand the rationalization of is grandfather.
Gender?
Like, I
Yeah.
can imagine how a deranged mind would come up with these other ones.
Look what it says. The clause originated in the American South in the 1890s as a way to defy the 15th Amendment and prevent black Americans from voting. What?
Oh, I see, because it was referred to as the grandfather clause. But that means,
but
though, that the grandfather name was grandfathered into the grandfather
Yes,
clause.
because
So
the
why get rid
grandfather
of that?
name,
Yeah.
that's like way before that.
Why don't you just teach people what the grandfather clause is?
Get rid of that stupid fucking clause. Like, don't get rid of the name grandfather. That's so dumb. There's so many more grandfathers than there are grandfather clauses.
There was another one, Jamie. I think you can look for. I think it was Stanford, and there was one. It was around like merit or something.
Hold on,
like
go
that.
back to that because
Yeah.
it said preferred pronouns are problematic.
Yes.
Where were you right there? Yeah, here it goes. Hold on. The language guide also considers preferred pronouns as problematic because the term preferred suggests that a person's pronouns are optional.
So what are you supposed to say?
Mandatory pronouns.
Your pronouns.
Follow the rules or die.
I like this one, phrases with manpower.
Oh, yes.
Man
That's so
hours.
silly. Well, I mean, that maybe
Man in
you
the
can make an
middle.
argument for that if you're working at a 50-50 fucking workplace, even a 90-10 workplace, and 10% of them are women, like man hours. Like, what about human hours? You can say human hours.
Sure, you can.
You could.
That's not an issue.
Yeah, but are you really taking offense at
But
that?
grandfather,
Right, yeah.
leave grandpa
Yeah,
alone.
come on.
What the fuck are we doing? But the thing is like once people get things established, they never want
Yeah.
to stop. Like we're good, we have a perfect balance in society. No, they want to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And if they're pushing in that general direction to try to restrict language,
Well,
define what's acceptable.
You're right, though, that it is such a bipartisan instinct. It's much more about control than it is anything else. Because we see,
Yes.
like, you know, the right, I think, very strategically has embraced, like, the narrative of, like, freedom of speech, et cetera.
Yeah.
And then you see dudes like Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, starting his own social media platform. And he's like, it's a free speech platform. No curse words allowed. No taking the Lord's name in vain.
What
like,
about porn?
no porn.
That's the
Definitely
crazy
no
thing
porn.
about Twitter.
Yeah, I
Twitter
know.
still has hardcore porn,
They
which is
do a-
really weird.
They honestly do a pretty good job, I feel like, of keeping
What does
it.
that mean?
It doesn't show up in my feed.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is like if you aren't there for like
right, if you're not following.
dicks and asses, you're not going to get it in your feed. And if you are, then you are.
Yeah.
I
It's
saw somebody tweeted us once. They're like, "Love Krystal Ball Saagar." I was like, "Oh, who is this guy?" And I show up, and it's just a giant dick in my face. He's like a male.
He's a
porn
male guy.
star.
I love that guy.
I was like,
I love that guy. Shout out to him.
They're political
yeah,
too.
absolutely. They got to fight for their rights, maybe more than anyone else.
Just because you fuck on camera doesn't mean you're not a person.
right.
that's all right.
Yeah.
It's a wild time to be alive. But that's why I think that a show like yours is so important, because you are from the right and you are from the left, and I think I'm a person without a country. I'm an island. I really do. I'm so left wing on so many different things. But then they get to a certain number of things, and I'm like, no fucking way. Stop. Because you're denying crazy. You're denying all sorts of real psychological conditions. Amid backlash, Stanford polls harmful language. Amid backlash, duh, guys. Get out of your fucking bubble. Those are people that need to read the comments. I mean, sometimes people shouldn't, but Stanford should read the comments.
They should read the comments. I think there's a lot of people who feel like you do, Joe, where they just don't. I mean,
I was so left my whole life.
We both feel the same way you do in terms of like, I don't see myself as like fitting with the Democratic Party and everything that they're doing.